Everybody, this is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you late at night from downtown Manila. And I've got an amazing guest on the show today, a very, very interesting man. And he's going to tell you his real name shortly in French. You listen to what the way he pronounces it. But I'm going to call him Gilles Bonelli. And Gilles is the founder and CEO, company name See the Next Move Limited. And he's going to tell you about the next move.
Very well done.
He's been in the industry for a long, long time. Brief description of his business. We help individuals and organizations apply AI to achieve 3 times ROI, return on investment, sustainable business performance and finance, typically in, I'm assuming, the finance world. Key achievements or projects, awards recognized by CEO Monthly and C-Suite Insider for delivering sustainable AI strategy. And it goes on and on and on and on. There's always different things here. Sustainable AI Finance in January 24 became the first organization to release a portfolio of 20 AI assistants. And they're bloody cool. One's good. 20, you've got an army, right?
They're still there on OpenAI. You can find them.
Yeah. Well, how do your competitors beat you when you've got a whole army? And remember, guys, you don't have to feed them; they're working 24/7 for you. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the great part about them. So AI forecast by issuing early long-term projection on the UK gilt, which we'll tell you about shortly, anticipating a major movement days before it appeared in public news sources and still unfolding. Personal motto philosophy: cut the hype, think sustainably, act intelligently, and deliver results. And my proud boast, guys, is, as you know, results, so you don't pay a dime. Why would you pay me if I can't do the work, right? So that's how it is. All right, so it's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage this gentleman. He's going to tell you his French version of his name, which is?
Gilles.
Look at that.
But we've agreed with Jeff today that he could call me Giles or whatever variants he feels able to pronounce, and I won't get offended, right, Jeff?
That's the one. He's done a wonderful job. We had a good chat earlier. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career path. Tell us all about it.
And so look, ultimately the big thing here is that we need to cut through the hype with AI and frankly deliver results, right? And so what inspired me was that back in 2019, actually, I was helping large companies and realized in one of my forums that I was hosting that computers would not need to be programmed in the future. We're using something called natural language generation, which is like a precursor to generative AI, which is part of generative AI now. Mm-hmm. And then the penny dropped that this would have, consequences. So a couple of years later, when the opportunity arose, right, to have a nice exit and investigate how I could possibly translate AI, by then generative AI, to help people and organizations, I ran my own studies. I was fortunate to then be well positioned to then deploy a bunch of AI assistants on the OpenAI marketplace back in January 2024. And then that got me known a little bit, right, amidst the noise, and I did more things, right? And but in the end, we're at a point today where the number one priorities on people's minds should be, frankly, regardless of the hype, what do I want, right? Yeah. In terms of results, and how can AI help, right? Absolutely. And work in that order. That's it.
Yeah. It should be part of your daily life, guys. I'll tell you, it's part of my daily life. Yeah. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome that?
So the noise around AI is deafening.
Yeah, too much.
And so the way to overcome this is, again, start with the end in mind. So often, I said, my client, I said, look, or people were considering maybe working with us, said, look, let's put a monetary value on the problem you want to solve, right? Because to work with us, we need to give you 3 times the ROI. So, if you're a person, right? Yes. Think of maybe, 10K. Is 10K worth a 10K problem to solve worth to you? And then it's about saying, look, from that, work back and look at the AI use cases, right? In that order. Instead of saying, hey, look, AI is all about automation and do things faster, because it's not, right? And you talked about already the ability to use AI to predict a big market movement, right?
Yes.
With the techniques that we teach our coachee, you could do that as an individual, right? You're maybe a week away from being able to do that.
Yes.
That's real value, right?
Absolutely.
That's essentially growing your portfolio, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's just one of many, many use cases. So that's how you overcome this. You start with the end in mind, you ascribe some value to it, and based on that, you define your use case. And with our help, we help you and we coach you to implement, something that you'll be able to own at the end of the day, right?
Fair enough. So it's an important moment in your career that changed your direction. What happened?
So, being a finance guy, so you picked up on this, and finance guys do very boring things, and that includes reporting, right, on stuff, and then explaining why things have changed, right?
Yeah.
And then again, one of my guest speaker at the time at one of our events just showed me a report that wrote itself and explained itself, right? And that was 2019, right? Now you say, hey, it's like ChatGPT, right? But imagine this, in 2019, right?
Yes.
I'm with a room full of exec, large caps, and the guy turns up, plugs his computer, and just say, hey, and now, okay, we've produced something, and it's going to explain why things are the way they are. And by the way, we have not programmed it to do that.
Right.
And so for me, that was like it's a pivotal moment. It's like,
yes,
what's that?
Yeah, how you doing that?
It felt like magic at the time.
Yeah, like a magic trick.
Yeah.
I love it. In your opinion, what are the key qualities and skills that have contributed to your amazing success?
Well, look, I think, it's a human skill, empathy first.
A big one, yeah.
Big one, just see things from, your partners or your client's perspective. And then, of course, the ability to translate strategy to action, right?
Yeah.
So don't over strategize at 15,000 feet, right?
Yeah.
Just do have enough vision, but then it's about execution, right? Execution makes a difference, right?
Yeah. Big.
And particularly in that space, it's about going, look, what's the goal? What's the use case for AI? And just go after it, right?
Yeah. Make it simple. Don't
make it simple and use what's already been proven, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Keep it simple. They say keep it simple, stupid, right? Tell me, how do you stay motivated? Because you're obviously hyped up and you're motivated all the time like me, but how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field? What's your secret?
Being first at proving that something works.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. It's like the thing on the fifth, and there are things which were thought not to be possible a few years ago, which are not only possible now, but when you implement with AI a new way of doing things, you actually seriously challenge the status quo, and I kind of like that, and if in the top of that you are helping people who frankly thought they couldn't even be able to access, what you have to offer. It's fantastic. You're helping people, you're creating value, you are, being a bit contrarian. I like that.
Yeah. But an atrium is this, the 4-minute mile, guys, the 4-minute mile, Roger Bannister was the first. 15 years later, another guy did it, and then they kept doing it week after week after week after that. Once one guy had proved it was possible, they thought, oh, shit, maybe we should try again. It's the same concept, guys,
Yeah.
What's possible, Richard Branson is what's possible, It's just everything's possible. And I've got to tell you guys a story. The other night I was watching a movie, and on this movie, it was a murder movie. It was on a boat, and the boat was about his size. It was a yacht the size of an ocean liner. My little pea brain said, Jesus Christ, and that's a true story, how could one man own that? That's just one of his toys. How can one man own all that?
Yeah.
Because he dared to dream, right? And I said to myself, Jeff, you're playing small. Get off your ass and get more serious. I don't want a yacht.
Yeah.
If you want more, do more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of the limitations that we've lived through and that have conditioned us in our life, right? They comes from a world, for example, where AI did not exist, right? The technology we use every day did not exist, right?
Correct.
And everything was more expensive to access. So nowadays, you have this window of opportunity where,
definitely,
if you're prepared to learn and move towards your goals, you can just go for it, right?
You could binge out all day, guys. If you had a pet subject, you could binge out all day on bloody YouTube and pick up a shitload of information from experts. You know, and you end up.
I think I've lost you a little bit, Jeff.
You end up knowing more than them sometimes. Tell us about a recent project or achievement that you're particularly proud of.
I'm going to go back to what we've done, which essentially said, hey, we've used our AI forecasting model. We think it's ready. So I'm going to predict that the bond market in the UK is going to make a major move, and it's going to be a reversal, and it's going to be a sustained move for several days and weeks and even longer. And I did write at the time, and if I'm wrong, I'm taking the risk and I'm going back to the drawing board. And 4 days later, and you can see it unfolding right now, right? The move happened. There were the whole hoo-ha in the media.
What a pity, guys. We've got a bad storm here. Things are freezing.
Good, nice companies knocking on my door saying, hey, we want to speak to you, and that's nice, right? So I'm very proud of this. I'm prouder about this achievement than I am about the awards, the accolades I've received. Right?
It's pretty exciting, isn't it? It's like you must feel like God, like you know what I mean? It's just it's such an amazing achievement, because you're going against thousands of so-called experts who are in the game who won't put their balls on the line.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna let you in a little secret, right? This builds from something I started in 2008 after the subprime crisis, right? I was able to not get destroyed by the subprime crisis, but from then on, I saw
again
became an obvious thing to try and use, right? But it's a lifetime. It was very expensive to get there, right? And it really effort intensive, but we've got something really good going there.
Yeah, well, it's paying dividends now for the hard work you've put in. Tell me, a 20-year-old version of yourself, he's your son or a nephew or someone you know, comes along and says, I'm just left school. What should I do with myself? What would you tell them?
So make sure you enjoy yourself.
Absolutely.
You have to have enjoyment, right? So I'm really pleased that I've traveled most of the world when I was much younger, because then when the going gets tough in your life, at least you can remember, right, that you've had this lovely time. But then professionally, I would say, do not count on stable works, pension.
Yes.
Create something for yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you don't think you need AI. Okay, learn how to apply it, because it's there to stay, and just be a good human, right? Help people.
I like that one. I had a guest the other day.
Be a good human.
You must have stole it from her. She came on my show the other day, a guest, and she said, I nearly fell off my chair. She said, "Be a better human." And I thought, Jesus.
Well, I haven't watched the show, but I really believe it's important.
Absolutely. Yeah. We can be better ourselves and get other people to be better. What a bloody better world it would be,
Yeah.
It's not hard, guys. I mean, what's a smile cost you, right? If you see you see a homeless guy, what's it cost you to go and don't give him any cash, go and buy him a bloody muffin and a coffee and have a chat to him for 5 minutes? What's it going to cost you?
Yeah, and then give me some cash, of course.
Don't give the guy cash. He might do drugs or whatever. That's his choice, but he's not going to do it with
Of course.
I'll give him food, Anyway.
Be a good human. That's important.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future?
So my goals, professionally, it's about embedding what we've now developed for 2 years in services and projects.
Yes.
and projects and experimental things. We now have something really
unbelievable.
And help people, join our, you can subscribe to our coaching program today, right? And get started in delivering results with AI.
That's it, John.
For yourself and your family.
That's it. Result.
And your business.
Yep. Before we let you go, tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people don't know.
I'm told that I do remarkably good impressions of farm animals.
Right.
I'm actually quite proud of this piece of trivia. So I'm not going to make an impression of any farm animals because I'm reserving that to my premium clients. But here's a commitment. If you join our applied AI coaching program, if you subscribe today at seasonnextmove.ai, and if you really ask me nicely to make an impression of a farm animal, I will do this for you. Definitely.
What a very unique skill to have, my friend. You're a celebrity. Guys, if you want to be on your 15 minutes of fame, just like Giles has, come on, reach out. Everyone's got a story, guys. It's not all a bed of roses, right? We all go through our challenges. And remember, when you do go through those challenges, it's got to rain for you to see a rainbow. So if it starts raining, just start looking for that rainbow, because the rain will stop and it's time to move, right? And you've been a wonderful guest today, guys. Thanks for being on the show. Appreciate you, my friend.
And thank you for inviting me. I'm delighted. Bye-bye, everyone.